Welcome back to The Real Deal STL, where we talk about all things real estate and beyond. No, I'm just joking. It's really just real estate related stuff. It's the real estate stuff, though. So thanks for tuning in. I'm Sarah Bell with Gold Bell Real Estate. Today I have my awesome intern, Skylar Cadena. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
And you know, this girl's got some grit because she reached out to me. She met me at a festival and walked up and said, hey, I always wanted to be a realtor. Like, what you got going over here? And that's kind of how it started.
Yeah, I was nervous to call, but then at the same time, I could never get here if I didn't make the call. And then she said that was very brave to make the call. So,
yes.
And now I'm here.
Yes. She's young. She's thinking about real estate being her first kind of career-ish.
Yes.
So I think I really admire that about you already, that you even had the nerve to try, because I feel like real estate is not everybody's first career option. It definitely wasn't mine. But when I see somebody who has, I don't know, the gumption, I guess, to go out there and try it right away, I feel like you'll succeed.
Yes, hopefully, for sure. I mean, there's a lot to learn, but then at the same time, I'm super excited to get there.
Well, we're going to get her going, and we've already got her going. We went and spent the day together. She did a day in the life with me, and that day we kind of started off with meeting up here, kind of game planning what we were going to do, and then I had got a phone call from a cool financial advisor that I didn't really know, and he reached out to me and said, hey, can we meet for coffee? And I'm just going to say one of my big advices to anybody who's trying to get involved in real estate: be a yes man when people ask you to go to appointments. Go to the appointments. Don't do the whole, oh, I already know a financial advisor, or I already know a lender, I don't need another one, I give all my business to this one. That's great, but it never hurts to go meet somebody else. So what did you think of that? What were you expecting? Did you have any expectations, or?
I definitely think it went better than what I thought it would. You guys are both definitely good talkers, so you had a lot to talk about. And I definitely agree with what you said, because if you wouldn't have met with him, you would have never gotten to the conversation of you guys are going to meet up again to shoot stuff or talk about stuff or send people each other's way. So I think that was very helpful for both of you.
Yeah.
I think it went better than what I expected, though. There was a lot of conversation happening, and sometimes some people cannot be conversational, so that can be difficult.
Yeah.
But you guys are both that way.
Yeah, I know. I really did connect with him. He's a real type person out there making it, and his name's Ryan Blaha, and I'm definitely going to do a local business spotlight with him very soon, because he trains and teaches and does all kinds of stuff. So. Well,
you guys also have the best interest of the customers, which I find good, because not everybody in the real estate industry is like that. And you guys talked about that day. So yeah, totally. He's a real one. So that was a great connection to make. So that was cool. That was our first appointment. And then we went and showed some houses, which you enjoyed. Yes, I did. That's my favorite part, I think, is going and looking at houses with people, because as much as they enjoy it, I enjoy it a lot too, which is why I think real estate is something that I like to do, because I'm helping people, but also at the same time, it's stuff that kind of I wish I could get. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you about. What kind of made you want to get into real estate? Like,
I think it's always helping people, because I know moving sometimes can be a negative thing for certain situations with people, but then at the same time, it opens a new door for them. But I always have loved looking at houses since I was little. So like, I'll drive around looking at houses in neighborhoods and be like, oh, I wish I could get this. I wish I could get that. And in reality, I mean, there's a lot of houses that are out of people's price range. So like, you most of the time can't achieve certain houses, but it's still fun to look at.
Yeah. Totally. And yeah, just hearing you say you've been driving around since you're little looking at houses, like, it just makes me have like put hearts over my head or something from that. Because that is me too. Like, I never get sick of looking at houses. I don't care what price range they're in. I will go look at a house if you'll let me. If you will let me in, I will come to your house and look at it. Just to look. Like, yeah. I get weird like that sometimes.
What made you want to get into real estate?
So when me and my husband bought our first house, my real estate agent was so awesome. She was the reason. I was actually working at a bank at the time, and I was like the personal banker, and that's how I met her. And she slipped her card to me one day and was like, oh, if you guys ever think about buying, let me know. And in my mind, I never even considered buying. I'm like, no, I rent. Like, how do I buy? Like, I don't know how to do that. Like, so I did. I called her up and we went and looked at houses, and I enjoyed it so much. And in one of the houses, I remember her saying, like, you could do real estate. I'm like, I can? Like, how do you do it? Like, what do you mean? Do I got to go to college? Like, how do I do this? And she just told me, no, here's the steps you take. And I don't know, she was just such a great, steady, kind of calm person during all that. I was pregnant, we got married, and we bought a house all at the same time. And we had like no money. So doing all of that like with nothing. So yeah, it was a crazy time, but she was just my steady that whole time. And I just thought, man, I just wish I could be like that, because I feel like I'm but I want to be this. But we're still working on it.
See, and it's good when you have a good realtor, because it makes it so much better.
Yes.
So
yes.
I agree.
So yeah, so you're gonna get there. So you don't have your license yet.
I do not.
You're just now in the planning stages of how you're gonna do this.
Yes, and that's why I was wanting to do the internship, so that I can watch you and go in places with you and see how it goes. So I learn more while I start taking the classes, and then I'll take my exam and then hopefully pass.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, so we've been talking about the different ways, you know, do you do online school? Do you go in person? Like, so she's planning how she's going to execute all this, but I think it's awesome that you're willing to do this with me, because, I mean, the stuff we're out doing is the real stuff. Like, the test is something else, but what we're out doing, if you like it already, you're going to do well.
And that's why I'm thankful that you're letting me do this, because like I told you, not other places would let me do this because they didn't think I was serious. And I know I'm young, but at the same time, like, if nobody takes you serious, then how am I ever supposed to get anywhere?
Yeah. And you should also check out my YouTube. I've got an episode on there on being a realtor, how to become a realtor. I've actually made a couple podcasts already on that. So I've got some good stuff out there. I think that could maybe help others who are in the same boat thinking about it. So did you have any questions today that
Yes.
you would like to?
My first question that I was interested in asking you is, do you feel like anyone could become a realtor, or do you feel like there's only certain people that should go into this type of business?
So I've been toying with this because I always thought anybody could do it. There's different ways to do it. There's even different facets of real estate. There's like property management. There is commercial side. There's residential side. But I'm starting to realize that if the most successful person is going to be the person who's not scared to go and talk to anybody. Because if you are afraid to go put yourself out there and show up at an event alone and just walk around and shake hands and try to make some connections, that's where you really start getting your name out there. You can do the social media posts and the emails and everything, but just face-to-face time with people and making connections, like our coffee appointment, like little stuff like that is huge, and it does build up. So if you think you're gonna do it and just stay home all day and not ever leave the house, now I'm starting to think that that's not the type of game plan that's gonna work.
But what about if somebody was like, I'm a super quiet person, but I think I could change? Do you think that could work? Like, do you think somebody could change into be a talkative?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I feel like the more confident somebody gets about what they're talking about, the easier it is. And like, yeah, once you kind of know your stuff, it's so easy to sell yourself. So at first it's hard. So I'll give you that. Like, yeah, at first it's going to be awkward. It's going to be a little bit tougher because you're always anticipating, like, is somebody going to trick me with a question that I don't know the answer to? Like, but, you know, that's what I want to help teach you too. It's just skills on, most of the time people just need you to listen to their concerns. They don't need an answer right at this moment, but if you have all your resources and you know where to go to get answers, like, then you just, you listen to them, you ease the concern, you take that concern, you go do something about it, you come back with an answer. And sometimes you can't even fix things for everybody either, but if they know you tried everything you could, then you're good in their book.
All right.
Yeah.
My second question is, would you say it's difficult to only get paid when you're selling a house?
Oh my God, yeah. I'm so poor right now. You have no idea. I have money coming, but like, it's like the more you get paid, the more bills happen too. So sometimes it's just you're in a pattern of, I have money coming, I just can't pay those bills right now. So don't you worry, it's gonna get there. So yeah, it's really tough sometimes when things are due and you know you got closings coming and then closings get pushed back. And so it's not a job for the weak. You know, you just kind of have faith and it all works out. And sometimes you just got to buy a little time with people too.
Would you say it's stressful having a bunch of things going at once?
Yes.
Even when you sell one and then there's more that you're going to do with other people?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a different kind of stress. It's almost like a motivating stress, though. It's like I'm always stressed about, is everything rolling okay? Am I on top of everything? But I don't know. When that closing happens, though, like I'm telling you, like the highs are just so high in this industry that it just mitigates all the lows that you hit, because all that was just hurdles you had to get through. And yeah, while we take a lot of that stress for the clients, in the end, it just like washes away once they get what they want. I feel like that would be a good feeling. It's so good, yeah. It's really, really good. And then to have people come back to you like years later even and be like, oh my gosh, I still love my home that you helped me with. And you see things happen because they got that home. It's like, you know, they don't always come back to you and tell you, you know, because of you, you know, I got this. Right. But you know in your head, like you were part of that whole chain of amazing things that happened to people because they got the house or sold the house or whatever they needed to do to move on.
Right. My last question is, what kind of things do you have to have done for somebody to put up their house for sale?
So, oh my gosh, and we're going to go do this today because we have a listing appointment. So that is it just depends. Everybody's different. That's why I can't make like a sheet that says, I need you to do all these. I have stuff like that, you know, declutter, get rid of trash, landscaping. That's all fine and dandy, but you got to get into the house and see what's going on. Because sometimes people, like we were talking, they tell you, oh, my house is such a mess. What do you mean by that? Like, is it like a real mess or is it like a regular mess? Because like regular mess means nothing. Like that could just be stuff like laying around
we were thinking about that for so long.
I know.
She emphasized it. She was like, it's a big mess.
So we're going to see, because it's like, what kind of mess you talking about? Is there like walls have holes in a mess or just like stuff in the corner mess? So that's why you just got to go. You can come up with all the numbers and the data, but you have to go into the house and look at it.
Yeah, it just depends when you get there.
Yep. So there is no one size fits all, but I think that's why our business is so awesome, because we can customize everything to the person's needs. I don't want people to have to put a bunch of money into projects if it's not going to return back. So yeah, it depends. Like, oh, my carpet has some stains in it. Okay. Where are the stains? How bad are the stains? Like, can we look at the stains? Can we steam clean the stains? Like, oh, look, the stain came out. Like, so glad you didn't redo all the carpet when the carpet was able to be cleaned. So it's hard to come up with rules for everybody when everybody's got something different going on. But,
that's true. I get that.
Yes. So we're going to go do some more running around today. It's a Sunday. We have a listing appointment. We work all days of the week whenever we can. And, follow the social media, Gold Bell Real Estate. We got YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We got behind the scenes going to happen while me and Skylar are out today. So what do you think so far? I mean, I know we haven't got to do a lot together, but how's your brain going so far?
I think it's amazing. I think it's hard for me at first to like open up. I'm just that type of person, unless it's like a different situation. But since it's like a new job, kind of, I'm walking around with you all the time. But other than that, I think it's amazing. It's super cool seeing you interact with a bunch of different people and seeing how things go.
Okay. Oh, we didn't scare her away yet. That's going good so far.
Not quite yet.
Well, thanks for tuning in. As you've been seeing, we've been out, coffee appointments, showings, listing appointments. She's been helping me even call people when I was driving, because I'm like, take my phone and look her up and call her because I forgot to call her back.
Or videotaping her.
Yes, videotaping. Yeah, so far things are going great. But yeah, just another Real Deal STL podcast about what it's like being a realtor, coming into it as a brand new person. If you ever have questions, please let me know. But we have to go get to work now, so we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.